Welcome to another episode of A.T.S podcast. My name is Say.
Come on, man. Stop it, God.
Yes, sir. You know what time it is, man. You know what we do here. Give you a deeper introspective into what all things being spiritual means. So you know where you at. Do you know what you need to do?
Take your shoes
Shoes
off.
off.
Stand on
holy
ground.
ground. Filthy bastards.
bastards.
Get off us, man.
Yes, sir. Still working with a little bit of kind of sort of cold front. Yeah, we work it out.
Yes, sir.
Unfamiliar territory. But
On the run.
Try to bring some blessings to this kind of
Yes, sir.
residence. You know how that go.
Come on, man. On the run.
Trending on the internet. John 12:43 is not the same as trending with God. Galatians 1:10. But be that as it may, what did God say? Tell God it irks us. Genesis 1:26. When we see $3 bills. 1 Timothy 1:10. Flossing more than legal tender. Luke 16:19-31. Only your echo chamber hear you. Revelations 12:4. And no one believes you. John 8:44. You're not wrong in wanting a strong man. Mark 3:27. You just want the wrong man. John 18:40. Oh man, new regime not only used their alias, it also used their government in news and propaganda and scandals. Jesus. Just off the rip.
Off the rip. On the run. Let's get them.
Tell them trending on the internet. John 12:43 is not the same as trending with God. Galatians 1:10.
Get off.
You can do your due diligence. Galatians 1:10. If I was trying to serve God, man, we wouldn't be serving Christ. We're not looking for man approval. We're looking for God approval. John 12:43 says, you know what I mean? You're looking favor with man. Trending on the internet is not the same as trending with God. But be that as it may, what did God say? Tell God it irks us. Genesis 1:26, when we see $3 bills. 1 Timothy 1:10, flossing more than legal tender. Luke 16:19-31. Am I the only one talking truth?
Am I the only one? Give me from my passion.
Am I the only one talking truth?
Give me from my passion.
Tell God it irks us when we see $3 bills flossing more than legal tender.
Bars.
Just a little elbow grease. Luke 16:19-31. The rich king, Zacharias. Tell God it irks us when we see the $3 bills flossing more than legal tender.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm just talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Only your echo chamber hear you. Revelations 12:4. Do your due diligence.
Bars.
No one believes you. John 8:44.
Bars.
You're not wrong in wanting a strong man. Mark 3:27. No, you're not wrong in wanting a strong man. You just want the wrong man. John 18:40. I'm just talking to you.
Bars.
I'm just talking to you. The spirit keeps current. This spirit stay current. You're not wrong in wanting a strong man. You just want the wrong man. John 18:40. Oh man.
Office.
I'm gonna leave that for the shorts. The new regime not only used their alias, it also used their government in news and propaganda scandals. Jesus.
Bars.
Just took notice. For God's sake, stop confusing 1 Corinthians 14:33. Christ and trust in us, Genesis 1:26 with the gospel. 1 Thessalonians 2:4 in relationship. John 1:12 in considering me worthy. Appointed me in service to his service. 1 Timothy 1:12. While those in religion, Mark 7:7, deny him. Isaiah 3:3. Then in true religion had a pear and cut it, unlike Abram. Genesis 15:10. No such thing. 1 Corinthians 1:11-17. Unless preaching the true and only one gospel, don't entertain them, whoever they are. Galatians chapter 1:6-10. Even though saved by the firstborn, 1 Timothy 4:10, they don't think to return the favor. Matthew 27:16-23. Not even to the Savior. Luke chapter 1:47. I'm just talking to you. I'm just talking to you. For God's sake, stop confusing 1 Corinthians 14:33, Christ and trust in us. Genesis 1:26 with the gospel. 1 Thessalonians 2:4 in relationship. John chapter 1, verse 12. and considering me trustworthy, appointed me in service to his service. 1 Timothy 1:12. While those in religion, Mark 7:7, deny him. Isaiah 3:3. Then true religion had a parent cut it, unlike Abraham. Genesis 15:10. No such thing. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, 11-17. Unless preaching the true and only one gospel, don't entertain them, whoever they are. Galatians 1, 6-10. Even though they're saved by the firstborn, 1 Timothy 4:10, they don't think to return the favor. Matthew 27:16-23. Not even to the Savior. Luke chapter 1, 47. Think you guys confuse a lot of times. Those called and entrusted with the gospel in relationship and appointed in his service with those in religion who deny him.
Yes, sir.
We know about a denim called true religion, but there's no such thing as true religion.
Rich. Okay.
As for such a thing as true religion, we had one pair and we cut it.
Cut the bitch.
Like Abraham. Outside of the one and only true gospel, we know no such thing. If anyone approach you other than with the one and only true gospel, don't entertain them, scripture says. Nothing here to see. Nothing here to see. True word, that's about it. They start very early shooting at things that don't shoot back, in the back, hiding. Genesis 25:27. A passage of right. So by the time they grew up, they don't know what's right. 1 Samuel 24:11. Bloodthirsty, some even eat blood. Leviticus 7:26. Blood cloth or clat. Leviticus 15. No one who have met Christ is religious. Mark 7:7. In the flesh or spirit. 2 Corinthians 5:16. There you go again, confusing 1 Corinthians 14:33. Knowing, John 10:15, and knowing of, James 2:19. All who walk with God in relationship, Romans 8:16, is through the Christ, or who walk with God in a lifetime, Genesis 5:24, through Christ. The word is heavy. John chapter 1, 1-2. Numbers are light. Deuteronomy 32:30. I'm encouraged to know that God is right. Psalms 33:4. Balanced scale he still loves. Proverbs 16:11.
Too much.
We heard they start very early, shooting at things that don't shoot back in the back and hiding. We just heard. We're not in the woods with them, but we heard. Heard it's a passage of right. A passage of right. So by the time they grew up, they don't know what's right.
Suffer them not.
1 Samuel 24:11. Do your due diligence.
The kids not to come on.
All that develop a bloodthirst to the point that some of them even eat blood. 7:26.
I like it rare.
Blood cloth or clat. Leviticus 15. No one who have met Christ is religious. Mark 7:7. I know. In the flesh or spirit. 2 Corinthians 5:16. Do your due diligence. There you go again, confusing 1 Corinthians 14:33. Knowing and knowing of. Christ says, I know his father as a father know me. But the other fella says, I know there's a God and I shudder. Knowing off God. Another no God and another no off God. Chasms. All who walk with God in relationship, Romans 8:16, is through the Christ, or who walk with him or walk with God in a lifetime. Genesis 5:24, do you do diligence? The word is heavy. John chapter 1, 1 to 2. The numbers are light. Deuteronomy 32:30. What are we talking about? One chase 1,000, two 10,000. The word is heavy. Numbers are light. I'm encouraged to know that God is right, though. Psalms 33:4. Balanced scale he loves. I gotta love it. Leave something for the shorts. You're more impressed with these gods. Psalms 82:6 work than God work. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, 17 to 18. I know you all. With these gods catalog than God catalog. John 5:29. Their body of work than God's body of work.
Yes, sir.
John chapter 1, 1 to 14. The subscribers are lagging behind the episodes. All things are spiritual. That's in order. 1 Corinthians 14:33.
Yes, sir.
It's seen in your very manifestation, as in man's infestation.
God's time.
When they're not allowing the black on black crime in the hood, which is all good, they'll pay for it in the ring. I'm just boxing with you, JJ. Good times. Man act to God act. Episode 331. You're more impressed with these gods, 82:6 work than God work. We all see it. We all see it.
We all know it.
1 Corinthians chapter 1, 17 to 18. With these gods catalog than God catalog.
Bars.
And 5:29. We all see it.
Yes, sir.
Look at what they'll pay for some of these catalogs.
Yes, sir.
You could have barely scraped 30 pieces of silver for his.
Rich.
We all see it. We all see it. We all see it. We all see it.
Barely.
With these gods catalog than God catalog. John 5:29. We all see it. Look what you'll pay for these bastards catalog, and you can barely scrape 30 pieces of silver for his. We all see it.
We all see it.
Their body of work than God's body of work. John 1, 1 to 14. Subscribers are lagging behind the episodes.
As you ought to.
As you ought to. All things spiritual, that's in order. 1 Corinthians 14:33. Looked upon the episodes, I see 335. Looked upon the subscribers, I see 135. It says, sounds about right. When dealing with spiritual things, you might not have gotten one, just 1,000, two, 10,000 on those things. You might not have gotten how much to go? No, not 3,000 and 300. When dealing with spiritual things, if the numbers outweigh the body of work, it's not going to work. When dealing with spiritual things.
Yep.
So it's in order.
Yep.
That the episodes are more than the subscribers.
Lagging behind.
Because they're still catching up. But when you see them put out things under the umbrella of religion, and the numbers are big, and the work is watered down. Now I mean?
Now I mean?
Sorry, I had to turn back and tell you that. You can keep the change on that.
God's timing. Yes, sir. Love it.
Subscribers are lagging behind the episodes, all things spiritual. That's an order.
That's an order.
1 Corinthians 14:33. Yep. It's seen in your very manifestation, as in man's infestation.
Bars.
When they're not allowing the black on black crime in the hood, which is all good, they'll pay for it in the ring. I'm just boxing with you, JJ. It's all good. First heavyweight black champion. Man act to God act. Episode 331. Yeah, keep the change on that.
Fallen.
They want us to settle for less in the terrestrial than we do in the celestial.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians 15, 40 to 53. It's comical. Coons.
Yes, sir.
Extorting your rights like goons. They would rather the civil rights pour out like molasses than the spiritual rights poured out like water. Psalms 22, 14. Light work.
Light work. Light work.
What kind of representation of the spirit is that? You're too simple to be saved. Ephesians 2, 5 and too prudent. Proverbs 14 to 18 for salvation. John 3, 16.
Tough.
Do what's written of you. Child of the flesh marks a child of the spirit. Galatians 4:29 to this day.
Scripture.
I know they don't get the part like scriptures. John 5:29. The prudent realize its seal. Isaiah 29:11. The simple hear and don't understand. Romans 3:11.
Tough.
Only 2% of kids get a sports scholarship. Even less is called. Romans 8:28 to 30. Sorry, there's no prepaid.
Get off. Rich.
Cheers. Get it when you get it.
Those numbers are light.
Come on, man. Only 2% of kids get what? Sports scholarship. Even less is called. And on top of that, we're sorry there's no prepaid.
Tough.
They want us to settle for less in the terrestrial than we do in the celestial.
Celestial. Big talk.
What are these bastards? What are these bastards? What are these bastards? 1 Corinthians 15, 40 to 53. They want us to settle for less in the terrestrial than we do in the celestial. Be carefully representation. Coons extorting your rights like goons.
Bars.
They would rather the civil rights poured out like molasses. We all see it. We all see it. We all see it. They would rather the civil rights poured out like molasses than the spiritual rights poured out like water. Psalm 22:14. Oh, look how long the line is for the civil rights. Look how long the line is.
They'll wait.
Look how big the parade is for the civil rights.
They'll wait. They'll wait too. They'll wait.
Pushing almost 500 years. Is that your progress?
Slow.
They'd rather the civil rights poured out like molasses than the spiritual rights poured out like water. Psalms 22:14. What kind of representation of the spirit is that? You're too simple to be saved.
Bars.
Psalms 2:5. And too prudent. Proverbs 14:18 for salvation. John 3:16. I'm just talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Do what's written in you. The child of the flesh marks the child of the spirit. Galatians 4:29. To this day. I know they don't get the part like scriptures. John 5:29. The prudent realize its seal. Isaiah 29:11. The simple hear and don't understand. Romans 3:11. Choose the side of the aisle you're on. Only 2% of kids get a sports scholarship. Even less is called. I'm just talking to you.
He said a lot.
Romans 8:28 to 30. Big boy. Sorry, there's no prepaid. So for all of you who know you don't have athletic kids, you know what the Spirit says? Stay in college. Sorry, there's no prepaid. Even less is called of God.
Verbiage.
2% of kids get what? Sports scholarship. Even less is called. Sorry, there's no prepaid. This ain't college.
Numbers gotta be light. Numbers gotta be light.
Numbers gotta be light.
Tough.
Have you done or accomplished anything that is global and on every continent around the world? Acts 4:12. Do you do diligence? Hold on, mortal, on behalf of God. John 3:16.
Pause. You answer.
Hold on, mortal. Hold on, mortal.
Hold on, mortal.
Have you done or accomplished anything that is global and on every continent around the world? Acts 4:12. Hold on, mortal, on behalf of God. John
Everybody.
3:16.
Everybody. Put your
Hold
hand up.
on, mortal, on behalf of God. John 3:16.
Behalf.
I thought so. A.T.S, all things spiritual, pod and merch. I'm a brand. Tesla on its way. 4 streams from one river. Genesis 2:10-14. Allowing God blessing to flow through us as a conduit of his grace. Ephesians 2:8-10. Nurturing others.
Get off.
Spreading freely. Pishon. Bursting forth. Gion. Swift like an arrow. Tigris. Fruitfulness. Euphrates. A manifestation of a life of purpose. John 18:37. For God purpose. 2 Corinthians 5:18-19. I can say it because it's written of us. Genesis 1:26. And the manifestations in full view. Keep the change. Still humble.
Still humble.
Spirit want to know, have you done or accomplished anything that is global and on every continent around the world? Acts 4:12. Have you? Hold on, mortal, on behalf of God. Hold on, mortal.
Don't say another word.
John 3:16. I thought so. A.T.S. All things spiritual. Pardon merch. I am a brand. Tassel on its way. 4 streams from one river. Genesis 2 now, 10-14. Allowing God's blessing to flow through us as a conduit of his grace. Ephesians 2:8-10. Nurturing others. Spreading freely. Pishon. Bursting forth. Gion. Swift like an arrow. Tigris. Fruitfulness. Euphrates. A manifestation of a life of purpose. John 18:37. For God's purpose. 2 Corinthians 5:18-19. Those are the 4 rivers, 4 streams flowing out the Garden of Eden.
Get off.
I can say it because it's written of us, Genesis 1:26, and the manifestations in full view. Catch you in another lifetime.
Catch you in another lifetime.
God gave you something to hold. Let's take a sip on this one. Take a sip on this one. Might hurt feelings on this one. God gave you something to hold of no value. Vanity. Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Some even believing there's no God. Psalms 14:1. Doing the same thing over and over with the same results. Insanity. Genesis 3. Knowledge, but not of him. Wisdom, but not of him. Genesis 3:5. Passion, but not of him. Romans 7:5. The word, not in your heart or mouth. Deuteronomy 30:14. Children, but none called. Matthew 19:14. And no male. Genesis 15. Favor in this realm. John 18:36. A few fleeting years. Psalms 9-10. Crumbs. John 6:12. Experiences, but none out of body or celestial. 2 Corinthians 12:2-4. Sojourn and didn't meet us. Matthew 13:17. Some known among men. Luke 16:15. Some not. Make no difference to us. Genesis 1:26. Heathen. Words are spirit. Spirits are words. John 6:63. It's a spirit that declares to man his thoughts. Amos 4:13. Retard.
Thanks.
Catch you on the dialogue. Catch you on the dialogues. Stick around for the dialogue. Stick around for the dialogue. Lord's been giving this word for about 3 weeks now. About 3 weeks on the low. Only if you know. God gave you something to hold of no value. If God didn't seal you, if God didn't anoint you, if God didn't save you, if you're not in the service of the purpose of God, you didn't get anything from God. You didn't get anything from God. God didn't do you any favors.
Sorry to tell you.
That's God's truth. If God didn't seal you, if God didn't call you, if God didn't, you know what I mean?
God on his truth.
It's God on his truth, man.
It is what it is.
You might not know that, but this is I like that you don't know God either. God gave you something to hold of no value. Vanity.
Ecclesiastics.
Some even believe in there's no God. Psalms 14:1. What about those doing the same thing over and over with the same results? Insanity. Genesis 3. Boy hasn't changed his move since then. Knowledge, but not of him. Wisdom, but not of him. Genesis 3:5. All this eating and still can't see.
Bars.
Passion, but not for him. Romans 7:5. Close to the balcony, make sure you run to the house. You ever see them? Thank God for the passion he gave me for play ball, but they're heathens.
Rich. Big talk.
I thank God for the gift he gave me to play the sports, but still haven't accepted the gift. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. God gave you something to hold, but of no value.
No value. Big boy.
Passion, but not for him. Should we go there?
Yes, sir.
You ever see them? Thank you for the Grammy. The passion. God gave me passion for music. But just not for him.
Not for him.
God gave you something to hold, but of no value. You ever see them? God gave me a brilliant mind. Still don't know Christ.
Want to thank God.
God gave you something to hold, but of no value.
Big boy. What a title. Woo.
The word not in your heart or mouth, Deuteronomy 30:14. No value. The word is neither in their mouth or their heart. That's a blessing for the word to be in your heart.
Yes. Talk to him.
Go there.
Yes, sir.
Children, but none called.
Woo. Whoa.
God gave you something to hold, but of no value.
Going down.
God gave you what?
Something to hold. No value.
No value.
It's going down.
You ever hear them? And I would never change a thing.
Bars.
And I would never change a thing. God gave you something to hold of no value.
No value. And I wouldn't change it.
And they said they wouldn't change a thing.
If I could.
We told you about the children, but none called. Matthew 19:14. We're not going to go too deep into this. I'm going to leave something for your imam, your pastor, and your rabbi. And no male. Ask Zelophehad.
Zelophehad.
Ask Abraham, ask Isaac, ask Jacob.
Bars.
Ask whoever. Some of them got favor in this realm more than he had. John 18:36. If this was my realm, I'd call a legion. Some of them had favor in this. God gave you something to hold, but of no value. It's not even his realm. What do we care? Do you have favor in the other realm?
Where it counts?
A few fleeting years. Psalms 9-10. If due strength live until 70, they'll border that for eternity. God gave you something to hold, but of no value. Crumbs, John 6:12. We told you how far they'll go for the civil rights poured like molasses. But they have no passion for the spiritual rights poured out like water.
Water. Tough. Falling.
Experiences, but none out of body or celestial. 2 Corinthians 12:2-4. Where you want to go with that? This might be a little too much for them. Things they read, some of us have lived, levitated in the body, out the body. Know a man whether in the body, out the body, seen and heard things he should not. Who knows where you want to go with it? This is sneaky. Sojourner didn't meet us. Matthew 13:17. Christ said, many a man desired to live and be in my
lifetime.
Give this.
Let us talk. It's crazy.
Now, you might not know this. You don't even know there's people who have sojourned and never come across one person who is saved. Saved, just seal, seal. They live in an orbit where nobody they have come across is even sealed. Nobody they've met is saved. Nobody they know is anointed. We take these things for granted. Sojourner didn't meet us.
Meet us.
Some known among men, Luke 16:15, do you due diligence? Some not, make no difference to us. God gave you something to hold, but of no value.
Boss. No appreciation.
Hustler get a little work, he can stretch and he appreciates it.
Facts.
Hustler gets the work that is bad and he knows.
Facts.
Connect didn't do me a favor. That's on street level. How far are you from God that you don't even know? God gave you something to hold.
No value.
Do you know the grace to actually be in a conscientious state of God, that God gave you something of value? So many are walking around thinking God gave them a blessing. What he gave them is something of no value.
No appreciation.
Ah, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
No appreciation.
Heathen words are spirits. Spirits are words, John 6:63. It's a spirit that declares to man his thoughts. Amos 4:13, retard. Whoa.
Oh.
Have an appreciation.
Shots fired.
Have an appreciation.
Have an appreciation, doggy.
Words are spirits, spirits are words. John 6:63. It's a spirit that declares to man his thoughts. Amos 4:13, retard. If I say to you, you know God or of God, you know of God, but you don't submit to God. And I say to you, you know of God and you submit to God. Retard. Feel me? But they don't understand spiritual stuff.
Facts.
You're
Facts.
nobody.
Facts.
We're not speaking to you mortals.
Facts.
Not speaking to you mortals. Not speaking to you
Bar.
mortals. You always try to push yourself up in conversations to which you're not. Be in rooms to which you're not allowed. Nobody's speaking to you mortals. Nobody's speaking to you mortals. Nobody's speaking to you mortals. Unaware your ticket is not. Just after that, Spirit's still not finished with them yet. You would think the nail is in the coffin. You'd think
what a beating this is.
You would think it would have been lowered. You would think the nail is in the coffin. It's been lowered. Still more to come, I heard.
Still more to come. This is a beating.
They're unaware your ticket is not booked. Luke 16:16. Door is closed. Genesis 7:16. Not crossing. Numbers 14. Like those at the cross. John 19. No room in the inn. Luke 2:7. Not allowed in or at the table. Revelations 22:15. Much less invited to the wedding. Not even as a guest. Matthew 22:1-14. The desires of your heart. Psalms 37:4. Not God's purpose. Romans 8:28. Oh, that was on purpose. Hebrews 4:3. Content and dying as is. Psalms 51:5. Vessel made not for honor. Romans 9:21-22. So those with grace could distinguish. Romans 9:23-24. You still laughing and mocking the promised seed? Child of the flesh. Galatians 4:29. Veiled from you. 2 Corinthians 3:12-18. Jesus wept, I heard. John 11:35. Thought the nail was in the coffin and they were lowering it. Still more to come, I heard.
Thought dirt was on the coffin. Still more to come.
Still more to come. Jesus God
wept.
gave them something to hold of no value. We thought it was over. Spirit says,
still
some
laughing.
of them are unaware. Unaware your ticket is not booked. Now, you must understand. Don't think you're special. We had anointed men who didn't know that the ticket wasn't booked. The emphasis there is one anointed who didn't know his ticket wasn't booked. So how much more you who are not? One who I declare a friend who didn't know his ticket wasn't booked. How much more you who I don't have no regard for? One who didn't know his ticket wasn't booked, who I actually use. You know what I mean?
Scary hours.
You know what I mean? Because some of you are going around happy-go-lucky like you have something to be happy-go-lucky about. Unaware your ticket is not booked. Luke 16:16. Know what this is? Rushing to go to the airport, speeding in traffic, peering at the counter, not on the flight. What's all this for?
Not even standby.
Not on the flight.
Not on the flight.
Don't have you on my
manifest. I don't have you on the manifest.
You know what I mean? Can't do nothing for you.
Nope.
Please, sir, step aside. Step aside. No one needs to have a conversation. Step aside.
Step aside. Get
Security.
Out the line. Get out
Security.
The line.
Security. Unaware your ticket is not booked. Luke 16:16. The door is closed. Genesis 7:16. You ever see them acting like the door is wide open? Go there.
Yes,
Or
sir.
don't break their heart. Don't break their heart. Go there.
Go there.
Ever since the cross, my arms have been
crossed.
Door's been closed since then.
Bars. Bars.
You told me to take away these people's hope. You ever see religion trying to make it look as if there's a crack open?
Yes. Yes.
Because the offering plate need hope in them. The offering plate need hope. The offering plate need hope. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The offering plate need hope. True words have been said. True words have been said.
Offering plate need hope. No hope. No hope. No fold.
I'll tell you this much. It's a word to sis up north. Just doing a little, home Bible study thing. And she said, if you think you're not making the cut, no need to come back. She said to her surprise, one lady stopped coming. The offering plate needs hope.
Yes.
Not everybody's showing the offering.
Yeah.
Some people are showing the offering in hope. The offering plate, if they find out, if they think, if they believe it's almost been crossed since the cross,
empty.
If they know the door is shut, pass the door. You can no need to pass around the plate. If they know this is written, if they know it is written, no need to pass around the plate.
It's falling.
The plate needs hope. Everything hinges on hope with the plate.
That's one thing they sell.
Hope in getting the house, hope in getting the husband, hope in getting the job. Hope, hope, hope. The offering plate needs hope. Don't knock the hustle. Unaware your ticket is not booked. The door is closed. Genesis 7:16. Not crossing Numbers 14. Like those at the cross, John 19. No room in the inn, Luke 2:7. Not allowed in or at the table, Revelations 22:15. Much less invited to the wedding, not even as a guest.
Ours. Matthew
22:1-14. They're not even invited to the wedding, not even as a yes. The desires of your heart, Psalms 37:4. Not God's purpose. Romans 8:28. Here comes a kicker. Oh, that was on purpose. Hebrews 4:3. All his works have been done from the foundation of time. The desires of your heart, you notice they're your purpose, not his purpose. Oh, that was on purpose. All his works have been done from the foundation of time. Somebody got to speak truth. They're content and dying as is. Psalms 51:5. Born in sin and shaping iniquity.
Bars.
Content and dying as is. Vessels made not for honor. Romans 9:21-22. Oh, you didn't know? You know now.
Yes, sir.
Vessels made not for honor. What is it to you if the potter made a vessel for honor and dishonor? What
Smoke
is it
that
to
in
you?
your hope. Smoke that in your hope. Smoke that in your hope. Falling.
Vessels made not for honor. Which side of the track are you on? Romans 9:21-22. So those with grace could distinguish. Remember, we told you God gave you something to hold of no value. So those who have something of value can distinguish the stuff of no value. The vessels of honor can distinguish the vessels not of honor.
Yes, sir.
Romans 9:22-24. You still laughing and mocking the promised seed, child of the flesh? Are you? Galatians 4:29. You only do that because it's veiled from you. 2 Corinthians 3:12-18. That's the kind of stuff that made Jesus wept.
Bars.
John 11:35. It's the kind of stuff that made Jesus
wept. You still laughing? He crying. Bars.
He who is on the cross, John 19, is not a victim. It's them that put him on the cross, Matthew 27:16-26. So sorry to inform you, those who were enslaved, Exodus 12:40, aren't victims. It's those who enslaved, Exodus 14. Don't allow those who have no resemblance of the Ancient of Days here like wool, Daniel 7:9 and Revelations 1:14, let you feel like a victim because they are victimizers, John 19. Read carefully. I find it peculiar. Those who are not set apart, John 17:15-18, called, Romans 8:28-30, sealed, Ephesians 1:13-14, anointed, Psalms 105:15. Think those who are victims, Psalms 10:14. It's as if it's an injustice. This is veiled from you. 2 Corinthians 3:12-18. The Colorless Slave Traffic Act of 1910, rebranded the Mann Act, is imposed on who does it. Acts DHS, minors taken from their family and home across state lines, is exempt, as well as Epstein and slavery. The Mann Act, like the God Act, is based upon who do it.
Done, you bastards. Done.
More you want from the God, man.
Done.
He who is on the cross, John 19, is not a victim.
Victim.
It's a stretch to think that Christ is a victim. It's them that put him on the cross, Matthew 27:16-26, who are victims.
Bars.
Takes a little transforming of the mind and the spirit to know that.
Yes, sir.
So sorry to inform you, those who were enslaved, Exodus 12:40, or unlike it, aren't victims. It's those who enslaved, Exodus 14. Don't allow those who have no resemblance of the Ancient of Days here like wool, Daniel 7:9, Revelations 1:14, let you feel like a victim because they are victimizers.
So much grace.
John 19.
So much grace.
Don't let the victimizers let you feel like you're a victim.
Victim.
Come on now. Low-level psychology.
Victors, not victims, you bastards.
Read carefully. I find it peculiar. Those who are not set apart. John 17:15-18, and called. Romans 8:28-30, sealed. Ephesians 1:13-14, anointed. Psalms 105:15. Think those who are victims. Psalms 10:14.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right.
It's as if it's an injustice. This is veiled from you.
Yep.
2 Corinthians 3:12-18. It's as if it's an injustice that these things are veiled from you. The Colorless Slave Act of 1910 was rebranded. The Mann Act is imposed on who does it. Acts DHS. Minors taken from their family and home cross state lines is exempt, as well as Epstein and slavery. The Mann Act, like the God Act, is based upon who do it. Teta Telestia, John 19:30.
Oh my
Gotta
God.
get up early, man.
Gotta get up early.
Wow, wow, wow. What more you want from us, man? What more you want from us? Gave you all we have for you, man.
Oh man, I see the workers over here in the trees over here, cutting down branches, cutting down leaves, tending to the tree. You bastards. You
We're at
bastards.
remember that part we did when we addressed the bastard?
Mm-hmm.
We're at a spot and he called and we're trying to shake the spot before they handed us off the phone, but never worked out.
Yeah.
Pretending as if they have interest in the things of God and after God. You know, first the spirit kind of inquired for the pot, but in the gesture way, we understand.
Okay.
But we cordially answer. Handed back the phone to the pops and the son.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be careful when you're around spiritual people. Because God gave them discernment.
Facts. Facts.
And son and the dad laughing at the promised seat. On the boy and the matrimony. We taking the grain of salt. That's the stuff the spirit is doing. It was quick, just like this spirit gave us,
Yeah.
But let every man do what's written of him.
Yes, sir.
The child of the flesh is supposed to mock the child of the
Spirit. Yes, sir.
That's what's written.
Yes, sir.
Let every man do what's written of him.
Yes, sir.
And some of this is formed out of that.
Gotcha.
We just seeing what God veiled from people. We're seeing the stuff that God veiled from them, and even when God joke is dead serious,
Yes,
and,
sir.
People think God give them something to hold, but it's of no value. So we address that, and on one end, it's really a diss.
Of course.
It's a diss.
Of course, it's beaten.
But by the time you recognize it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a diss, but by the time you recognize it, you know what I mean?
Amen.
And so it's all those things. So you heard a lot of that in the pod, and that was just the week that we had, and let God be glorified, So yeah, man, even when light is heavy.
Even when, come on, it was always heavy.
Even when light is heavy, man.
Those numbers, always gonna be light.
Yeah, it ought to be. It's the order of things. It ought to be.
Yep. Right on time.
If you're doing spiritual things, and the numbers are bigger than the body of the work, it's not going to work.
It's religion.
Yeah, it's religion. You know what I mean? So you always want them to be catching up in the spirit. If they're ahead of the spirit, it's not off the spirit.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, if they're ahead of the spirit, it's not off the spirit. They're supposed to be catching up to the spirit. And the greatest compliment I get on this spot every time is what it's about. I don't understand as you ought to.
As you ought to. As you ought to.
The day they tell me that they're caught on, the day they tell me they've catched up,
long gone.
Time to retire.
Yeah, we're long gone.
Time to retire.
Yep, it's time to give it up.
The day they know what it is, the day they don't ask me for my interpretation, the day they don't explain this to me.
Yeah.
It's not of God anymore.
Facts.
It's not of God anymore.
Thank you for the content. Thank you for the compliment.
It's supposed to be sealed. It's supposed to be. You understand? And you need it to be unsealed to comprehend it. You need not to grasp it. That's the biggest honor around here in the spiritual realm.
Big boy.
One thing they had said to me in the convo, he said, this much. He says, one of the fuckery is selling in the pod world. He said, yes, then right where they ought to be. Then right after that, he says, nobody cared about souls being won. They wanted to know if it's monetized. He said, there you go, right on track.
Right on point. Right on point.
You are who we thought you are.
So consistent. Yep.
You are who we thought you are. So now we're just doing this just to let God be glorified and get a little God consciousness out there.
That's it.
The rest is up to God. The rest is up to God.
Manifest what's written of them.
Yeah. If this goes out in the orbit and somebody, whoever they are, becomes God conscious, job done.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let God sort it out. Let God sort it out.
Let God sort it out.
They're so hang upon the monetization off and all that. We say, nah, not really running that down. That's not the goal here. You know? But yeah, man, let God be glorified. Another one, man.
Come on, man. Let God be glorified. Another banger.
Yeah, they got enough.
You on it, man. Take your shoes off.
Stand on the ground. Don't say God didn't do anything for you. New resident. You know, we're not here for long. Just passing through, just holding up. Let God be glorified. Sanctify the place. Don't miss that. Sanctify the place. Bastards.